Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Today we are going to study chapter 1 geography. Yesterday we discussed the lesson and today we are going to do NCERT question answers and some definitions as well. First I'll explain you everything and then we'll do these. I will give you the notes. We'll share the notes with you and you will copy them down in your registers. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I request all of you to kindly switch off your mics so that there is no background noise. All of you switch off your mics, please. Very good. Okay. So let's start with the presentation now. The first definition is environment. Yesterday also I explained you that whatever is around us, all our surroundings, everything in our neighborhood, whether it's living or non-living, that is natural or man-made, that is part of our environment. Prameet, stop writing. First listen to me. I will send you the notes. You can copy them down later. First listen to me, Prameet. Okay. The place, people, things, and nature that surround any living organism is called the environment. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, next we move to biotic. Biotic is always, bio means, what is bio? Bio means living. So biotic will refer to something which is living. So what is living in our environment? Plants and animals. We are also part of the animal kingdom. And then we have plant kingdom. So plants and animals that together make up the biotic system. It refers to the world of living organisms such as plants and animals. Then abiotic, it refers to the world of non-living elements such as land, water, air. All these are non-living things. Soil, all these are non-living. So they are abiotic. Biotic and abiotic. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Parleen, sit properly. Okay, next is lithosphere. Litho means rocks, hard rocks. So lithosphere is the solid crust. Kalbi, I showed you a diagram yesterday and it showed that upper layer of the earth. If earth is a globe, in the form of a globe, and if you imagine the complete land, which is the topmost layer, that is, Mukul, where are you looking? Look at the screen. The topmost layer, the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth is called lithosphere. Then we have hydrosphere. Hydro means, what is the meaning of hydro?
Water.
Water. Very good. Water. Very good. Hydrosphere refers to the water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. All the form of water, in whichever form water is available on earth, that is that comes under hydrosphere. Then we have atmosphere. Atmosphere is related to what? Which element?
Air.
Air. Very good. It is the thin layer of air. It is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth, blanket of air around the earth, that is called atmosphere. Okay, all gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, they're part of atmosphere. Then we have ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Ecosystem is the relationship between living organisms as well as the relationship between organisms and their surroundings. Whenever, if, for example, I talk about a pond, Rahul, stop playing with your speakers. Listen to me. आप खेल रहे हो, आप सुन नहीं रहे हो. Okay, the relationship between the living organisms as well as the relationship between organisms and their surroundings forms an ecosystem. For example, if I take an example of a pond, in pond there is water, there are zooplanktons, there are small plants, then there are small fishes, there are certain microorganisms also, bacteria also, algae also, then there are some bigger fishes also. So all these together they make up the ecosystem along with their non-living components also. Living और non-living दोनों मिला के और उनका relationship एक दूसरे पे वो कैसे dependent है, that relationship It forms ecosystem. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Done the definitions. Now
Yes,
next is, what is ecosystem? Now this is a detailed question. These are NCERT questions that we are doing, your textbook exercises which are given at the end of your chapter. So we are going to do them. First, what is ecosystem? I just explained you. So we'll read it again. All plants, animals and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings. Whatever surroundings are there around us, we depend on them for food, nutrition, for breathing, for living basic needs. We depend on our surroundings. They are also interdependent on each other, that we depend on plants also. Plants also depend on us. Plants also need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and they get carbon dioxide from us. We need oxygen, we get oxygen from plants. Similarly, animals, plants, human beings, they're all interdependent on each other, are interlinked. This relation between living organisms as well as the relation between organism and their surroundings, surroundings के साथ भी relationship, आपस में भी relationship, surrounding के साथ भी, that forms an ecosystem. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
अगला
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
What do you mean by natural environment? Natural means something which is not man-made, artificial nahi hai, which is given by the nature to us, okay, which has been developed by the natural processes. That is called natural environment. So natural environment consists of land. We cannot make land. Land was on earth on its own. Then air and animals. These are all part of the natural environment. Thus, natural environment refers to both biotic. Now, natural environment also has two parts, biotic and abiotic. भूमि आप सुन रहे हो? भूमि?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Environment refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions that exist on earth, living and non-living. Living includes, biotic includes plants and animals, and abiotic includes air, water, land, all these things, and together they form the natural environment. Okay, what are the major components of environment? Now there are, yesterday I told you, I showed you a flow chart which said that major components of environment are three types. One is natural, we have just discussed, you know, living things, water, land, air, all these are natural elements. Then we have human made. इंसान ने बनाया, what humans have constructed, they have developed, they have made. What is that? Buildings, parks, bridges, roads, industries, factories, houses, your societies, all these are schools, all these are your monuments, all these are human made. Then we have human beings. Human beings, first is individual. For example, I am one single person, I'm an individual. You, if I say Rahul, if I say Pramit, if I say Puneet, if I say Bhumi, all these are individuals, ek individual. And then you have your own families. I have a family, I have my son, I have my husband, I have my parents. You also have your parents, your siblings, your brother, sister, your relatives, your grandparents. Then we have community. We live in a society. I live in a society, I live in an apartment, or I belong to a particular religion. Then we go to an educational system. Okay, you go to a school, then you have your friends there, your teachers there, your seniors there. And then economy, how do we manage whole of the system, the political system, also the educational system, the economical system, all these, they are part of human fraction of environment. So what are the three major parts of environment components? Natural, then human made, and then humans themselves. Is it clear?
Human Nelson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's move on to the next question. Give 4 examples of human-made environment. Buildings, parks, bridges, roads. Can you give me some more examples? You will only say your name and then start speaking.
Ma'am Bhumi.
Ma'am Shubham.
Ma'am
Ma'am
schools.
Kushmeet.
Okay,
Hospital.
Ma'am
Bhumi.
Shubham.
Okay, Bhumi will answer. Chalo.
Ma'am schools and hospitals.
Very
Ma'am.
good. Shubhamjeet.
Ma'am Shubham. Ma'am
Yes,
industries,
very good.
factories.
Ma'am.
Khushmeet.
Ma'am malls.
Very good. Arshveer.
Ma'am Prabjot.
Sorry.
Offices.
Ma'am.
Yes, Ishika.
Ma'am. Restaurant.
Restaurants. Very
Ma'am.
good.
Ma'am.
कौन मैम नहीं बोलना है, अपना नाम बोलना है ना.
Ma'am Saurabh.
Kanika.
हाँ जी, सौरभ बोलो.
Ma'am colleges, schools.
सौरभ आप
Ma'am
बोलो.
Kanika.
Ma'am college.
Very good.
Ma'am Yugvinder.
Okay, so now okay, listen to me. Now you've understood that there are some examples. You've understood how to give the answers or give examples of human-made environment. Now let's move to the next question. What is lithosphere? Lithosphere is related to what? What is it related to?
Land.
Ma'am hard things. Solid.
Rock. Rocks.
Solid.
Solid rocks. Okay. Lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals covered by a thin layer of soil. नीचे rocks हैं और उसके ऊपर soil है. It is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains. अपना mic off करेंगे सब. It is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. So what are the examples of lithosphere? Rahul, आप बताओ. Rahul.
Mountains, plateaus, plain, valleys, etc.
Very good. Prabjot, आप बताओ. Lithosphere में what various landforms do we found? Prabjot, बताओ. Read this: mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. You give me the answer. Yug.
Valleys, etc.
Mukul.
Ma'am, mountains, plateau, plains, valleys, etc.
Very good. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. What are the two major components of biotic environment? Plants and animals are the two major components of biotic environment. They are both living. We are human beings. They come under which category? Plants or animals?
Animals.
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 Kingdom. Okay.
Animals.
Plants and animals both are the major components of biotic environment. Okay, next is biosphere. I just explained you in class 6 also we did one diagram where atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere together, when they meet, they intersect. That small zone of living zone is called biosphere. So now let's read the answer. Biosphere is a narrow zone of earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. Thus, plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere, that is the living world. So biosphere in a way it means the living world. Jitni bhi living things hain, they come under the biosphere. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Harmeet,
Yes,
you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Harmeet,
Yes, ma'am.
Swastik, Aditya, Priyanka,
Yes, ma'am.
Aditya आपको समझ आ रहे हैं?
Yes, ma'am.
Parleen, Prameet,
Yes, ma'am.
Yugvinder,
Yes, ma'am.
Yugvinder, Parleen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do the next question. Now tick the correct answer. Which is not a natural ecosystem? Desert, aquarium, forest. It is aquarium. Aquarium is not a natural ecosystem. Why? Can you give me an example? Why? Can you give me the reason? Why it is not a natural ecosystem? इंद्रजीत आप बताओ.
मैम क्योंकि मैम इसे इंसानों ने बनाया है.
तो आप इंग्लिश में बोलेंगे ना, because this is man made. This is not a Hindi class, Indrajit.
Okay, ma'am.
Give me the answer in English now.
Ma'am, because aquarium is artificial.
It is artificial, it is man-made. It is human-made. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Which is not a component of human environment. Land, religion, or community?
Land.
Land. Because
Land.
human environment, they are things related to human beings. For example, religion and community, they both are related to human and their relationships, but land is not related to human. Okay. Then next is, which is human-made environment? Mountain, sea, or road?
Road.
Road. Road is man-made.
Road.
By man.
Made.
Man. Okay. Which is a threat to environment? Growing plant, growing population, or growing crops?
Growing
population.
Growing
Population.
population.
Growing population. Growing population.
What is the meaning of threat? What is the meaning of threat?
Dhaga.
Huh?
And धागा.
धागा?
धागा.
वो thread होता है. Thread होता है वो. मैं thread पूछ रही हूँ. प्रमीत आप बताओ.
Danger.
Yes, it means danger. It means खतरा. Threat. Thread तो धागा होता है. क्या हो गया आप सबको? Which is a threat to environment? खतरा क्या है environment को? It is growing population. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Now match the following. Okay. First, I'm giving you 2 seconds. Read this. I'm giving you a reading time. I should not hear any noise. Shubhamjit, close your mic. Switch off your mic. Okay, who is ready with the answers?
Ma'am, Shubham.
Ma'am, me.
Anjali?
Ma'am, Indrajit.
Or next?
Ma'am, Gurleen.
Okay, Gurleen, you give me the answer. First,
Kanika. Ma'am,
Gurleen, first answer. Huh?
Ma'am, first answer है biosphere. Ma'am, first answer है narrow zone where
Yes.
land, water, and air get atmosphere. Ma'am, domain of water.
आप क्या बोल रहे हो?
Hydrosphere.
No, आप सिर्फ first का बताओ. Biosphere बताओ सिर्फ.
Ma'am, biosphere का है narrow zone where land, water, and air interact.
Okay, very good. Next atmosphere कौन बताएगा?
Kanika.
सौरभ आप बताओ.
Domains of water.
सौरभ atmosphere का बताओ.
Ma'am, domains of water.
No, atmosphere.
Ma'am, our surroundings. Surrounding. Our surrounding. Kanika.
Ma'am,
Kanika, आप बताओ.
gravitational source of Earth.
Ma'am, blanket of air which surrounds Earth.
Yes, Indrajit. Indrajit, you have to first give your name and then answer.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, hydrosphere. Puneet, आप बताओ hydrosphere.
Ma'am, Pratibha. Domains of water.
Very good. Okay, environment.
Ma'am, our surrounding. Ma'am, our surrounding.
Now let's check her answer. Now read the answers. Silently read the answers. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now give
Yes, ma'am.
give reasons. First is man modifies his environment. Modify का मतलब change. तो जो मैन है ह्यूमन बीइंग वो कैसे अपने एनवायरनमेंट को चेंज कर देता है और क्यों करता है? मैन मॉडिफाइज हिज एनवायरनमेंट टू फुलफिल हिज नीड्स एंड मेक हिज लाइफ कंफर्टेबल. ओके, ही आल्सो modified his environment to adapt himself to his natural surroundings. जो इंसान है वो उसने अपने environment को, जैसे forest उसने काट दिए. क्यों काट दिए? Because he had to build houses. Then he started domesticating animals. उसने animals को पालना शुरू कर दिया, उनको tame करना शुरू कर दिया. क्यों? अपनी जरूरतों के लिए. उसने बहुत सारी crops उगाए, उसने cultivation करनी शुरू कर दी, agriculture करना शुरू कर दिया. So he did all this to make his life comfortable and to fulfill all his needs. And also he has changed himself to adapt to his natural surroundings. उसने अपना खाना पीना, अपने कपड़े, अपना घर, अपने everything he has changed according to the environment, to the natural surroundings, to adapt, to make life easy. परलीन आप हिलाते क्यों हो? आप आराम से बैठ के हो. एक इंद्रजीत और परलीन, they constantly keep moving the screen. Okay, next is plants and animals depend on each other. Plants release oxygen that is used by animals for respiration, and plants absorb carbon dioxide which is given out by animals during respiration. So plants use carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. So if plants and animals both are dependent on each other, Prabneet, plants and animals both are dependent on each other. Plants give out carbon dioxide which is used, give out oxygen which is used by animals for breathing, for respiration, whereas animals give out carbon dioxide which is used by plants for photosynthesis. अगर दोनों में ऐसा balance नहीं होगा तो what will happen? What will happen? अगर ऐसा balance नहीं होगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? अगर हम सारे plants को खत्म कर देंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा?
मैम हमें ऑक्सीजन नहीं
मैम
मिलेगी.
फॉरेस्ट खत्म हो जाएगा.
ऑक्सीजन नहीं
No
मिलेगा.
oxygen.
खत्म हो जाएगा.
And if all animals die, then can plants survive?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am, because
They will not have carbon dioxide to
yes,
do
ma'am.
the photosynthesis. Okay, to carry out the process of photosynthesis. So animals and plants both are dependent on each other. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I will give you the notes for these NCERT questions and the definitions. You will read them and you will do them in your notebook. Tomorrow I'm going to ask you questions based on this. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you will.
आप इसके भी note send करोगे?
हाँ जी, I will send you the notes. Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
yesterday I gave you the chapter notes, and today I will give you the lesson question answer notes. Read them carefully, prepare this lesson well. Then in a day or two, we will start with the next chapter. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
you, ma'am.
Okay, take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Take care.